Now, let's do it with the sugar. Kathy, take it away.
All right. Well, tonight we're going to talk about sugar, and I just want to touch on mostly what the bad part about sugar is. Now, sugars are in all kinds of things. We have 3 forms of sugar.
Hold
We
on,
have
Kathy. I'm going to start screen sharing. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
You gotta yell it louder. You can't hear you.
Can everyone see my screen?
I'm not yet, Brian.
Okay.
You're not gonna go embarrass yourself.
Sorry, guys. How about now?
I got it.
Okay.
Ready, Brian?
Ready.
Okay. I just want to touch a little bit on what's bad about sugar and why we should watch what we eat. Obviously, there's sugar in just about everything. You have your sucrose, which is in your candies, your pops, donuts, those kinds of things. Then you have your lactose, which is in the milk, and then your natural fructose, which is in your fruits and vegetables, and also your Herbalife products, which are good for you. We need sugar, which is a form of carb, to give our body energy, and that's why we want to get our sugars from our fruits and vegetables and some dairy products and stuff. But what we need to watch out is our added sugars, which are in all kinds of things. So very important to do is watch the labels. Even some of our yogurts that which seem great have a lot of added extra sugar in it, especially if you have the yogurt that has Greek yogurt, even if it has like a fruit on the bottom. So the main thing to do right there is to really keep an eye on your labels. You want to have your fruits and vegetables to get your sugars and some, like I said, some of your milk products. But the reason why you want to stay away from your empty calorie sugars is because that's what they are. They're empty calories. You might get a good zip burst of energy from them, but then you're going to get a crash. And also what happens is that you have extra calories. Extra calories turn into extra weight, which turn into extra fat. And then what happens there is you're going to have added gained weight, tooth decay, and like I said, your short burst of energy and then a crash. So main thing is to read labels, like I said, and try to avoid the added sugars in your pops, candies, donuts, and those kinds of things. So you cannot avoid sugar, which is good for you, but you really need to watch the labels. And I'm going to shoot it over to Amber, and she's going to carry on with more about the sugar.
Thank you, Kathy. Brian, you want to move it forward?
Yep.
Okay, so here, you guys, is an example on the screen of the labels, and then regular milk versus Fairlife milk. And if you look there, the regular milk has 12 grams of sugar, so everybody can locate the sugar. And then the Fairlife milk has 6 grams of sugar. And the Fairlife milk is going to be higher in protein, so that's really awesome, and it's going to fit the rules. And the regular milk has definitely more calories and less protein. So I'm not sure, I didn't get a very good grasp when Brian asked how many people had watched his video, but I really highly suggest, if you haven't gone on to watch Brian's video, that you go do it, because in there, you're probably gonna, when I first seen this demonstration, I freaked out, because it was just so amazing at how much sugar people and Americans are actually consuming that it's almost scary. And so in there he states that for every gram or 4 grams of sugar, it equals 1 teaspoon. Excuse me. So if you look at the milk, that's already, you're in 1 glass of milk, and which is 1 cup, and an average American probably is using like a huge glass, and it's probably going to be more than 8 ounces. So you're drinking more, you know, than the serving size. And in regular milk, for 1 cup, you're going to have 3 teaspoons of sugar. So I think that's just crazy. And really, when you're out in the stores, when you're looking at the labels, it's really good to picture, like I said, go back and watch Brian's video that he posted today in the group, because if you picture this, it's really going to help you. For instance, one day I was at the store and I seen Pepsi Clear, and I just like never seen a Pepsi that was clear before. And I was like, you know, I just maybe want to try it. I don't like pop or anything, but just 1 sip, you know, to see what it tasted like. And I turned the bottle around, and on the label it said 69 grams of sugar in that 1 bottle. So that's really, then I immediately put it down. I was like, no way, I don't even need 1 drink. I don't care what this tastes like. Kathy mentioned a few different names of sugar, but there's really like there's a lot of different names for sugar. So it's just definitely finding the fructose and the sugars that are good for you and not the added sugar. And then if you look to the picture on the left, everything has sugar. Bread has sugar, pizza has sugar. Your barbecue sauces and ketchup is going to be a huge thing to watch when you're using that as like a dip, if you're using that as a dip for different foods, because that all has sugar in it. You want to switch? And then here's kind of like just a short little thing about Brian's video. So on the left there, you see all those different drinks have that much sugar in them. So imagine just pouring all that sugar into your body. You're definitely going to hold that sugar. Sugar is stored around your midsection and in the booty. So definitely not where you want your the sugar to go, probably all your problem areas. And Herbalife is really awesome because it definitely has some good options for you. So on the right side is Herbalife H3O. It comes in orange flavor, and you can get it in a canister or in really convenient packs to just dump in your water. And this is going to be an alternative to a sports drink. So they're let's see, in this thing, it has, in the H3O, it has 12 grams of sugar, which is essentially 63 or 66% less sugar than other sports drinks. So I don't know if everybody knows what sports drinks are, but they usually have like 8 at the end of them. So that's kind of what that is. So it's kind of a comparison to that. So super awesome for Herbalife. It's good for your kids, consuming less sugar, and then good for you as well. And then Lift Off. So before Herbalife, you guys, I was a huge energy drink junkie, and I currently am working at a gas station, and it is insane about how many energy drinks that there is out there, and they're super fun. Like I even like think like, oh, I would maybe want to try that, but I don't, because obviously it's not going to serve me. And Herbalife has really awesome energy products like the Lift Off that's shown on the screen. But they're like made, you know, all different colors, all different shapes. But in those things, in those energy drinks, they're going to have around 60 grams of sugar. If you take 60 divided by 4, that is a heck of a lot of teaspoons that you're going to have of sugar in that one thing. And Herbalife has these little Lift Offs that are called, or that have 0 grams of sugar in them. And so that's super awesome. They come in different flavors: pomegranate, lemon lime, orange, and tropical fusion. And the coolest part about these are it actually has like a little carbonation to it, or a little fizz in it. So it's kind of like you're drinking an energy drink, but really it's just going to help you, give you that boost of energy and mental clarity. And yeah, super awesome. So if you haven't tried a Lift Off yet and you want to, get in touch with your coach so that you can try those, because it's really awesome and they taste good. And then Kathy touched a little bit about yogurt, and I just want to stress this a lot. Like yogurts, when you are like for instance, a vanilla yogurt could have anywhere from 24 grams of sugar in just 1 cup of yogurt. So with the Herbalife beverage mix, if you add that to your plain Greek yogurt, which essentially has, I guess I'm not 100% certain on how much sugar that is, but it's definitely low. I want to say like 0 to maybe 4 grams of sugar, if that, because it's pretty, you know, not sweet at all. But adding the beverage mix to that makes it really delicious. And low sugar options. Like she said, the fruit on the bottom of the cup definitely has sugar, or a lot more sugar in it. The Oikos 000 yogurt is going to be a less sugary option for you as well. But really, until you you know, you guys nail the protein, you're nailing carbs, you're not carbs, you're nailing protein and then your calories, and then just making sure you pay attention to the different labels. And even like your spaghetti sauces have sugar in them, and if I were to buy a spaghetti sauce, I would usually I look at all the labels and see which one has the least amount of sugar in it. And then I have another tip for you guys. Somebody says they're in love with the peach mango beverage mix. So yeah, the beverage mix comes in peach mango or the wild berry. So whoever that was should try it in their Greek yogurt, and it's going to give you a huge protein boost, because plain Greek yogurt is super high in protein. But so another thing, when you're shopping in the store and you're looking at the labels, if you are buying frozen fruit to add into your shakes, it is really important that you pay attention to the ingredients, because strawberries is going to have sugar in it, clearly, because fruit has sugar, all fruit has sugar. But if your frozen strawberries on the label just says strawberries, then it's considered like pure sugar, or like a natural form of sugar. But if it says strawberries and then A, B, and C, then you definitely know that it has added sugar to it. So just making sure that you're watching, just watching to see, you know, how much sugar you're consuming. And then, because essentially sugar is stored around the midsection. Kathy talked about it affecting, you know, your weight gain, tooth decay, and it's just really not good for your body. Your body's only was made to absorb so much sugar, not all this added sugar that's in everything around us every single day. And yeah, that's all I have. Brian, is that the last slide?
Yes.
Yeah, so just pay attention to the labels and make sure that you're eating a little bit smarter. And next, I am going to turn the call over to Brian. He's going to give you a little personal development for the night, and I'm really excited to hear what he has to say. And don't forget to watch that video on Facebook.
All right. Thank you, Amber, and thank you, Kathy. Just to follow up what they said, so would anyone happen to know how much sugar you should have in a day? Anybody at all? Okay, so this is what I found out on Google. So according to the American Heart Health Association, the maximum amount of added sugar you should eat in a day. So here, for a man, if you're a man, 150 calories you should be the maximum amount of calories received from sugar. So that would be 37.5 grams or 9 teaspoons. So that's a maximum amount of added sugar for men. And for women, it would be 25 grams or 6 teaspoons, which would be 100 calories. So if you think about it, to put it in perspective, one 12-ounce can of Coke contains 140 calories from sugar, while a regular size Snicker contains 120 calories from sugar. So just those two things right there are going to put over half of you over the average, like the maximum amount of sugar. So if you're lean and active, these seem like reasonable amounts that you can burn, but really it's important to note there's no need for this added sugar in your diet. They don't serve any purpose whatsoever. The less you eat, the healthier you're going to be. So just something to watch while you're tracking your food, basically. How much sugar are you really intaking? And you're probably going to be surprised how much you do. And then like if you wonder, How come my stomach isn't going down? How come my butt isn't getting any smaller? Like that's like a big eye opener. Okay, so before I talk about one of my favorite topics, mindset, I am going to interview one person, and this person is number 3 in the challenge right now. Her name is Allie Daughtery. So Allie, would you be so kind to share your Herbalife story with us? So Allie was a previous challenger in the last challenge, and she's been in many challenges. So if you don't mind sharing your story, please, Allie.
Yeah, sure thing. Can you hear me all right?
Hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
So, before Herbalife, I was always exhausted. I never wanted to play with my daughter, just wanted to sit on the couch and do nothing. I hated the way I looked, and I had no confidence at all. And I was lost. I was working out and not seeing results, and I could not figure out what I was doing wrong. So since starting, the first thing that I noticed, and that everyone seems to notice, is the energy boost that I received and gained from it. It was amazing. And the shakes also tasted delicious. So, but the best part is I'm a better mother for my daughter, and the results that I've achieved with Herbalife so far.
Very cool. So what are your results you've achieved so far?
Well, I am down 30 pounds. And inches, I couldn't even tell you. I haven't measured in no idea.
Very cool. 30 pounds. That's very good. Congratulations, Allie. So since you're down 30 pounds, why do you always continue to be a part of the challenges?
Well, I like the challenges for the challenge. It keeps me motivated, and the support and just hearing everybody's stories and all that, it just gives you the motivation to keep going, that you're not in it alone.
Very cool. So this being your third-ish challenge, like, do you get a takeaway every time you join a challenge?
Every time I find inspiration in everything, the knowledge that we receive, I gather it and I use it and I keep going, and it keeps me aware. It's something new every time.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Allie, for sharing. One last question. Do you have a favorite product that you love? I know you love a lot of products.
Yes, I really am enjoying the cellulose and the cell activator. Those two I recently started taking, and they're crazy. I love them. They're great.
Awesome. Thank you, Allie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now I'm going to go back to screen share here. Okay, so all right, so mindset. What is your mindset? So there's 2 types of mindset. Either got a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. So a growth mindset is, I believe my character and personality and intelligence can be developed. My true potential is unknown. Versus a fixed mindset is, I believe that my character, personality, potential, and intelligence are carved in stone and determined at birth. So I would say before I started Herbalife, I had a very fixed mindset. I had some part that was growth, but like a lot of it was fixed. It's just who I was. I thought being in construction, I didn't like to talk to people. I hated talking in front of people, and I basically thought I would never be able to do these things. So I was wrong. And every day I do try to have a growth mindset. And don't get me wrong, it is a everyday challenge to have a growth mindset. But a growth mindset is for desire. You want to push yourself. You want to take risks. You like to learn new things. You enjoy a challenge. Like Allie said, she enjoys the challenge. loves the accountability. She loves getting pushed. And Allie is another person, like before, when I first met her, she was very shy. And a lot of people that are talking on the screen in front of all you guys were very shy, and they didn't like to talk in front of people. But with they're growing their mind, they're growing their mindset. So versus a fixed mindset, like and part of the reason why I didn't like to talk in front of people, because I didn't want to look wrong. So I didn't want to like make myself look like a fool. I didn't only wanted to talk about stuff where I knew like I was right. So that's part of the fixed mindset. So if you guys are interested in a very good book, it's good for parenting. It's good for teachers. It's good for athletes and everything. This book the author is Carol Dweck, and the book is called Mindset. I just got done reading this book, and I have it on Audible, and I always like try to listen to it just to keep me like in that growth mindset. But a few other things that I'm just going to hit up is like attitudes towards a setback. So it was the 4th of July. Maybe some of us had a setback. So if you have a fixed mindset and your attitude to the setback is like, maybe you gained a pound or whatever it is, you think to yourself, I'm a failure. I knew I'd fail. I'm an idiot. I'm not going to be able to lose weight. I'm going to quit because this is so-and-so. Instead of thinking I failed, what can I learn from it, and move on, and think to yourself, I'll try harder next time. Another way versus fix and growth is effort. Why bother trying? It's not going to change anything. Instead of, I believe that personal growth and learning requires effort. Criticism is another great one. Instead of like, I definitely did not take criticism well, and criticism is like, if you get criticized, it's because you do things your way. You want to do it your way. Your way is the only way of doing it. It's my way or no way, my way or the highway, some people say. Instead of say, like when I speak, and like I'm always looking for feedback to make me a better speaker. So what can I learn from this criticism to improve, to constantly be growing? And result. So result is on the very bottom one. They plateau early and never reach their full potential. So if you think of an athlete, think of this athlete that's been a great athlete all through since like little league all the way up to high school. And then he gets to college, and all of a sudden, like the other athletes are maybe a little better than him, and maybe he's just been a natural athlete, but all of a sudden now he's got to work for it. So with a fixed mindset, this kid or person can quit and just be like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to be good enough. Where, like, if you think of the growth mindset, they practice, continually practice to be the best. They work hard. So this makes me think of like Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan didn't even start in his high school basketball career. He didn't start, but he ended up with all the practice. He ended up being the best basketball player ever. So it's just to put some things in perspective. So what can you say to yourself? So instead of, I'm not good at this, try thinking, what am I missing? Instead of saying, I'm awesome at this, can say, I'm on the right track. Instead of saying, give up, which I never want to hear any of you guys say, I'll use some strategies of what we learn. So that's why we teach you things every week. So you can use these strategies, implement them, and get better results the next weeks. Instead of saying this is too hard, say this may take some time and effort. instead of, I can't make this any better, I can always improve, so I'll keep trying, instead of, I can't do math. So this is a lot of people say, oh, I hate math, I'm no good at math. Maybe try saying, I'm going to train my brain in math. Because you can train your brain to do anything. Instead of saying I made a mistake, you can say mistakes help me to learn better. Instead of I'll never be smart enough, I'm going to figure out how to do it. It's good enough. So this one I have two like minds. Like sometimes I try so hard, like I want to be perfect, but sometimes I say it's good enough. So like that's why I'd say it's always constantly growing your mindset. Instead of saying it's good enough, say it is really my best work. Plan A didn't work. The alphabet has 25 more letters. So this book is really cool. It would, especially for parents, because it talks about like parents and telling your kids like, oh my God, you did such a great job. You're the best color ever. Like it teaches you, like that teaches kids to have a fixed mindset. It sounds kind of crazy because this is how I would definitely talk before I read this book. Now I try to compliment Willow on her effort. Like you tried so hard, you did great, but you tried, like push them to try learning more. Like you love learning, and just like I would just suggest reading this book. Like I said, I'm very passionate about it, but you can definitely learn something from it. So tomorrow morning, I'm excited to receive everyone's weight. Does anyone have any questions before we end the call tonight? Nobody?
What was that author's name again for Mindset?
Carol Dweck. The book is Mindset. Or Dweck. So sugar this week, everyone. I am in the club tomorrow, Julie. Yes, come visit me. Everybody, okay, so sugar this week. We hit up protein, we hit up water. If you get a chance, watch that quick little video talking about sugar. One of these right here, 4 grams of sugar. It's crazy what I used to eat when I was a little kid in cereal. And I wonder why I always had this little tire around my gut. So that kind of explains it. It's in the video that I posted. It's a quick 2-minute video. Check that out. And thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday night. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Sounds good. Thanks, Brian.
Peace out. Thank you, guy Kurt. Good night, y'all.